That's right, folks. It is Friday the 13th. We're having a blast. It's always a great day for me on
Ah,
Friday the 13th. And look at this. I got beautiful people here. I got our pal. Oh, ooh, wow. See,
Yeah.
it's already getting creepy, folks.
Between that intro and Shannon disappeared, I gotta. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
You know, she has to make like a grand entrance.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god, it's so great to see you guys, Kevin. I've been looking forward to this. We had a blast the last Friday the 13th.
I feel like I just saw you not long ago. Jesus
it does feel like
Christ.
that, right?
That was fast.
How did your Kickstarter go?
I have like 1 day left. I've
So
been trying to
you
push
still
a
do have
lot.
one more. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it ends on the 15th, I believe. I'm like still trying to push that funding goal. And these final day and a half. I think.
How far
But
are you on the goal?
literally
Give me
halfway. Literally
give me a link in the
halfway.
private chat and I'll share it.
Yeah, literally halfway, and it's been stuck right there for a bit now.
It
I've been
happens
trying to
sometimes. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, but I've been trying to push it out, but then again, I got delayed because I got sick. So I was like, oh. So I try to like ask others to like try to push that while I'm down and out and stuff.
It's how it is. And especially when you get sick. I got sick for a while there too. See, look at that, Shannon. You already got us all creeped out.
why?
Dude, show starts and boom.
And you vanished.
So I don't know why, but sometimes the sound will cut out completely, and I have to restart it to
Oh, that was
to
right.
be
That
in
was
it with
happening
you
to you
guys.
before. That was happening to you before. I remember.
Yeah.
You had to go and come back.
Oh man. Oops, wait a minute. Where am I? There we are. Private chat. There we go.
There you go. So we can share to see where you are.
It's like, where is this? I have so many links on my laptop. I'm like, where the crap did I put that freaking link? It's like, oh, there it is. It's like, good lord.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
Like, this is what happens when you're creative. You have so many things going on at once.
I use this.
I gotta say, like, but I understand, like, because when it comes to Kickstarters, if you are like, if you stop for like a second, it just stays there and doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You gotta keep grinding.
Yeah. Oh my! It just I legit got delayed because I was sick for like a good week, so I could barely move. I was on bed rest. Like it was, I'm like I was my foot was inflated, my nose and I was congested. I had a massive headache and everything. I was like,
Are you
Jesus
gonna need
Christ.
this?
I try to like ask other people to help me share it out, but they have been sharing it out for me. So that's it's like
Yeah,
Lord. So I'm
I
now just
just came
trying to
off the finest thing myself.
yeah. So I'm now trying to get the grind on for these next 36 hours, hit that funding goal.
There you have it, folks. But you're not even that far away.
Yeah, I'm like literally halfway, and it's been right there. I was like, bruh, seriously? Well, I'm right there. Like,
well, usually the big rush, the second big rush is right now in these last 48 hours. So,
yeah.
I feel like you'll get there.
I'm like, fingers crossed.
It's so much more relaxing though when it happens, and then all you have to do is worry about getting more money.
I was like, but I'm still fingers crossed. Even if I don't get it, the book's still gonna come out again. I learned from this. I'm just gonna revamp and re-strategize everything. But I'm optimistic that this will get it.
I agree. You got something good here. People should check this out. It's amazing, but it's funny because have you had trouble with your Kickstarters before? No, right?
This is my second Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more than that.
No, I have more Kickstarters, but that's my second launched one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my second launched, actually official launch one. But yeah, my first Kickstarter was Arcfire, which funded quite quickly, shockingly. That's my first Kickstarter. So yeah. but I've noticed the difference. I'm like, Arcfire actually had a full-fledged trailer that I actually showed consistently.
Ah.
This one I don't have a trailer for.
I have to say that people like the videos because they kind of give them an
Yeah,
idea of what you have. Also, when
yeah,
you're on these shows, you get to play the trailer.
yeah. So now learning from that, I'm like, okay, I need to do a trailer for each comic I put out. So that's why I got my editor working on trailers for my next books.
Did you have a warm up campaign, Kevin? Did you like do like a pre campaign push or no?
Yeah, I did a pre-launch
Yeah.
push before I launched this. Yeah,
Yeah, you try to get the followers in because that's important.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I always do that before I launch anything.
Yeah. Because some people, what they do is they just start it and they don't even do the followers, and you're like, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
There you have it, folks. I put the link in the comment section there. Go help our friend out here. Make this happen. It's a good book. Don't clown around.
It's like if you have a clown phobia, I'm not sorry. I hope you face it. So
just so people know what this is, why don't you give them the spiel? That way they know what it is.
so Halloween is a mismatch of different type of horror genres. It's a slasher, it's a murder mystery, it's a psychological thriller, where it's two clowns going around social media killing people, but these two clowns are going after a group of friends because they're basically trying to look like they're trying to up the ante from the original killers, Evan and Ethan. Evan and Ethan have been dead for years, and when they were killing, they only went after one person on social media, but these two clowns are going after this specific group for some odd reason. And you're on a journey trying to figure out what's the connection and why they're doing this, and to see if are they related to Ethan and Evan, or is there something more deeper in the lore?
I love it. It's like a mixture of Scooby Doo, Who Done It,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Right.
all the good
Like
stuff, man.
Scooby Doo, Halloween, Scream, yeah. Welcome to Derry, different type of things. So yeah, one of the hardest things I've written so far. I'm still editing, but
Well, it's a complicated and interesting concept, so I can see why it would like take a lot of crafting, you know.
And I can officially say this will actually become a trilogy because I thought about it. I was like, there's plot holes I need to fill, so it's going to be a trilogy instead of 2 parts. So, yeah.
There you have it, folks. Information. It's always good.
And this is just book 1 to get it off the ground.
Yeah, folks, and he's right there. Like, he only needs another
Right there.
100 and what is it? Yeah, another
147.
Yeah,
147.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
147.
So yeah.
Yeah, he has 36 hours to go. Come on, you guys can get him to 300 and 400 and 500. Come on.
So yeah. And also I actually had a nightmare one time that I actually added into the comic. So I actually dreamt about the comic that came. So you're actually going to see my nightmare come to life, literally. I literally woke up out my nightmare. I said, "Oh, that's an interesting idea. I'm gonna try it." And I did not wake up scared. I was like, "Oh shit, I might try." Sorry, I might try that for this story. And
I've had one of those dreams to story.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, dude, people be scared of clowns. I'd be fascinated by them. I'm probably need therapy, but it happens. So.
Yeah. We're not clowning around, folks. We're not clowning around.
Right.
Oh man, it always reminds me of all those clowns in what was it, 2016, running around, appearing in weird places.
I think that was 2016 because that was the first. That was chapter 1 It movie, right? Yeah,
it showed up around the time as it. So people were like, "This has to be this has to be attached to the movie."
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh man, and of course, our queen is filming right now. You know, she's right off a set. You guys just finished?
They're still filming. I just finished my scenes. just like maybe 20 minutes or so ago.
I had a
So they
feeling.
just went back in. Yeah. What was that?
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So they just went back in to continue filming. It's been a really fun day. So tired.
I
But
gotta
good.
say, best way to have a Friday the 13th, filming a horror movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely made the vibe extra special. Um yeah, it's been a lot of fun today. So it feels like Christmas. So we're filming a movie called Hellbound Covenant,
Hmm.
and it takes place during the 1970s during the Satanic Panic. And I play the part of Lady Raven. I'm a high priestess in a cult, and we're causing some trouble. And so a lot of horror, suspense. Um, it's spooky. I don't want to give too much away, but if you're interested in learning more about it, you can go to Hellbound Covenant and Instagram and Facebook and follow along. And they share updates and little tidbits on the characters and such. And then they also have the, what do you call it? The sizzle reel is posted up there. So if you wanted to get a little sneak peek of, what we have going on, you're able to find it there. So
Which I'm
yeah,
working behind the scenes to pull up. Hold on.
yeah.
What's the
really cool.
setting, Shannon? Where does it take place? You said in
So it
1970,
takes place in the 70s in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Joyzy.
That was today. Yeah.
See, like fresh pictures, folks.
That's our director, George.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See you in hell.
See? Oh my God.
Ah, interesting poster.
That's
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
This looks really freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect for Friday the 13th.
She looks familiar. Oh, this is perfect for Friday the 13th. I gotta say, it looks really well done.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes indie films look indie,
Mhm.
but this film does not look indie.
Yes.
It looks like you guys are having a lot of fun, though.
We are having a ton of fun. All of these were a lot of fun to shoot.
When do they think the release date is, Shannon?
Hoping, I believe, for October, November.
Very cool.
Makes sense.
Nice.
A nice Halloween release would help you guys out.
Hmm.
Oh heck yeah.
This looks great.
Yeah.
Hellbound Covenant.
So much fun.
I gotta say, like horror movies, I've done a couple of them. They're a blast. It's always so much fun to like, just be in it and see the behind the scenes. It's weird because it's funnier behind the scenes than it is in front of the scenes.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are some heavy moments for sure. So I mean, and to be honest, like some of the places that we filmed in are kind of spooky and
Ooh.
they have gotten kind of heavy. So, a lot of things, yeah, they're silly in the moments when you have like your outtakes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
your bloopers. But for the most part, it's like it's intense. It's intense. In a good way.
Yeah.
You
You want
need
that feeling,
that.
that
You need
ambiance.
that feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it does get a little heavy at times, especially when you're doing some of the stuff that we're doing and with some of the stuff that is represented within the film. can trigger some spooky things I feel like to happen sometimes. So and you know how many times do you hear people filming horror movies where they've actually had like things happen on sets? Because so it's been a little spooky at times, to be honest with you.
Well,
But
anytime you're diving into the topic you're diving into, it gets kind of funny because it's almost like you're poking the bear.
yeah, and I do feel
Oh.
like I've been poking the bear a lot lately in my life.
I've only done a voiceover for a horror movie right now. I haven't been on sets yet. But
That's a
but
lot
I
of
am
fun.
determined I want to be a creature actor. I would happily sit in there for 12 hours, 15 hours. I really don't care. I would happily sit there and put the and let the people put the makeup on me. I'll take a nap while y'all do it. I don't care how long it takes. But
Yeah.
I've always been weird. I've always wanted to see. I'm like, how does that blood feel on your body? Is it really cold? Like,
Yeah.
is it cold? Like,
It's
really?
cold.
Like,
Everything's cold on set.
wow.
Everything is cold on set.
Even in the
Yes.
summer, it's cold.
Are you filming outdoors?
That would be great for me because I'm always hot. I'm never cold. So
Oh.
that'd be great for me.
Under the lights, it's hot.
Oh,
You know, behind
yeah.
the scenes, everything else is cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you filming outdoors, Shannon, or is it inside?
It was both filmed both outdoors and indoors. Today, we were
Oh,
filming
nice.
indoors, but there was minimal heat inside where we're filming.
Usually.
So they had space heaters and stuff because they try their best to make us comfortable. But you know, it only does so much.
It also makes sense though because sometimes the lights, like you were saying, can kind of warm the place up. So you got to kind of balance it.
Exactly too. And the main reason why I guess it would get so chilly in there is you have people in and out constantly.
The door, yeah.
Yeah, in between takes and stuff like that. So
And it's a lot of running around, a lot of setting up, a lot of things happening. Yeah.
it's a lot. You really can't be sensitive on set because it's not a you thing. It's you want to kind of stay out of the way. If it's not your department, don't get involved. Unless they're
Right.
asking you to, because you don't want to step on toes and create more of a fluster. Every filming there's fluster. But today has been such a really cool experience and really good vibes and energy. So I'm really excited about how today went and the footage that we have so far.
I gotta say, like one of the things I learned by doing extra work is how much hurry up and wait there is.
Yes.
Because I've been on sets where you're there the whole day, they don't even use you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're just getting paid to sit there and look pretty.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think I got here today a little after 4. We were supposed to be here at 4, but I hit that traffic, coming into Jersey. So, so I don't think we started filming until almost 8, after 7.
Sounds about right.
Because, you have to wait for lighting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Because it's like a start time, and then you don't really start like 5 hours later.
Right. You just need to make sure everybody's there
Yeah.
and organize because,
Well,
you get a
while
bunch of
the
us together, we
setup's
wander, we do our own thing. So,
While the setup is happening.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Because then you get your makeup and all that other stuff done, taken care of. Any last minute, whatever's that you need.
It all works together. It's a good thing. When this is happening, this is happening. So
Yeah.
all that stuff starts to work together, and then all of a sudden, things happen together, and you're like, "How did that happen?"
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Gotcha.
really cool to see, like, from the outside. And I think this is along the lines of what Ralph was saying before.
Oh, yeah.
So on the outside, you're in it. So, you get like the little moments
Mhm.
that you could see on camera, on film. And then when it all comes together and you see a piece together, like just even watching like the sizzle reel in itself is like, it's really cool, because you're there for a lot of those behind the scenes things. And you have the memories that are outside of the actual scene itself, if that makes sense, outside of the storyline,
Oh, definitely.
to go with
Gotcha,
those. So
okay.
it's like,
Gotcha.
it's really cool. I like it. And I like seeing like, everyone's like the director and the lighting and the sound, all their bases and their excitement when, when it's right, when you're getting it and you're in the magical moments. It's really cool. You rock.
She does rock.
You rock. You rock, my Willie.
You rock my Willie.
Yes.
Oh man. It's like I feel like the funniest thing and the most amazing thing to me is sometimes you film like a whole day and it's like a 1 minute scene.
It is. I know. I know.
That
It's
is
crazy.
insane.
It
Yeah.
is crazy.
Wow.
I know, like when we were filming our proof of concept, I was there like all day, and all I had to do was this, like literally.
Oh, is it
Oh
fucking
my
neat?
god.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, birthday cake too? What do you got?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
perfect. You know the Oh, okay.
See, that's what we're getting, folks. We're getting the nice, beautiful behind the scenes scene.
They have no idea.
Not fucking niggly.
Pardon the language. So sorry.
I don't worry about it. I think I cursed ages ago. And I'm
Yeah.
expecting stuff on Friday the 13th. So,
Mhm.
oh man,
I am sad though, because I work at a horror brewery,
yeah.
and so tonight's probably really fun
That is
night there.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
either way, I would have had a fun night.
That's true.
that is
You know.
sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
That,
it's really cool.
that sounds like a
Hell
great
yeah.
night to be at the brewery. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and we have a
Yeah.
few of them this year. So, see Friday the 13th. We're
This is
lucky
our
to-
second one, folks. That's right. We did the first one. It was a blast. So we came back for the second one.
And
this
why
one
am
is
I
all
always
about being
crazy?
Huh?
I'm always on an adventure.
Exactly.
Pretty much. And
I
then
think
the
that's what
next
makes
one's
it
in
fun.
November.
The next one's in
Oh,
November.
it's far away.
See, that one feels far away. This one was like, oh,
It's back to back.
want to come back in the next
Back
month?
to- yeah.
Back to back.
But you know, we always make excuses to get spooky, folks.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You like
Yeah.
my
Yeah. The cult symbol.
Lilith?
I had a feeling
nice.
I knew what it looked. I knew the symbol. Okay.
What? It's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know Lilith very well.
I'm trying to be scary. It's not working.
Now you're coming out is scary cute.
Oh,
Like the emphasis on the cute part.
you guys. You guys.
Of course, you gotta have some fun here.
You gotta. You got to. Otherwise, then what?
Exactly. So, Paul, why don't you tell the people all the good stuff about you?
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Sharon.
Tell us.
Tell us. So yeah, Time Enforcers is still rocking, still moving along. Working on episode 2 right now. Episode 1, everyone knows or should know. It's available for download on the app stores, so you can get it for your Mac, PC, iOS, Android. But I'm working on episode 2, and it's pretty exciting. I'm like ADD on overload. I just started working on the episode, started programming it, and started hit a glitch because the a lot of the stores don't support the same video format. So in order to get the game to work with animations, I'm creating artwork animations. So I'll be doing actually, still animations for the cutscenes instead of videos. And that being said, that led me down this rabbit hole now where I'm actually producing a print version of the game. So I'll be doing a comic book. I'm trying to get that ready for Garden State Comic Fest, which is coming up in June. I've got about 15, 16 pages done, ready to go to print. I'm hoping to get another 8 to 10 pages done by the end of May, which would be great, and I can get it printed. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, I go to a con with Ralph last weekend. We go to Long Island Tabletop, which was an awesome experience. I just love seeing all these creative folks, doing things and creating things. And I said, well, how about a role-playing game? I said, I'm doing a lot of it in the game already. I might as well just transfer it to, a whole, desktop game. So working on that now as well, and trying to multi-purpose and multitask things as I go, which is kind of cool. I'm just finding that, creating the artwork is a lot of fun, but it does take time. And that's really the only thing that's kind of holding me back at this time, but it's going good. I mean, the artwork looks really good coming out. It's just a matter of pushing through and getting it done, which is exciting in its own way. So it's kind of cool.
You know, I should have talked to you about this before because we should have done like a little thing on the history of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
That's all related to the Knights Templar. So Friday 13th was originally when I can't remember the king of France, but basically turned against the Knights Templar, and then they
Yeah.
murdered all the knights on Friday the
Mhm.
13th. And so
On
yeah,
Friday the 13th, huh?
no, it's a really cool story.
It's a great story. I love that story. That's why I was thinking about it right now.
Yeah, no, I just what's great about this game that I'm doing, because it's role playing action, I'm creating all these questions around the game itself. So I'm working on episode 1 now, and so I've done a lot of research on feudal Japan, more than I ever imagined doing. It's kind of cool. So it basically combines, asking questions, kind of like Trivia Pursuit. It's going to have challenges in the game, kind of like, I don't know, I'm not going to say D&D because the other component's more D&D, but you're going to have challenges like against Chronolith and the Inquisitor and whoever else. But the character cards will have special abilities, so you can kind of counter those moves. And then the third option that I've come up with is actually to create a story, so the players will be able to create stories as they go. So it's going to be like a D&D feel, Trivia's Pursuit feel, but you don't have to worry about rolling dice. It's all going to be really easy to do, and just pretty much a card game, which is going to be a lot of fun in terms of setup and just moving through it and get it. Hopefully, people will play it because it's not that complicated to do ultimately. So.
Sounds great to me, but it's funny because because I was thinking about it. We've been talking about this for a while, and I was like, would you want to play a historical character? Would you create your own historical character?
Well, that's the option.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is I'm trying to make it open end for the kids. And in terms of what I'm doing for the education program I did, the big thing is called student agency. That's allowing, the kids and students to choose what they want to learn. And so, I'll have a set of cards that will be pre-made, based on the characters in the game, like Amelia, Togo, Kaizen, Nico Time, all those guys. But then I was going to give them an option to create their own character or find a character in history that they want to do, and then generate a character to do it. It's really easy. It's not complicated like a D&D character. Basically, you have just a special ability, and you find the history for the character, and they apply that special ability to what they did in history. So it's going to be, that in that sense, it could be fun where, people make up their own characters or pull something from history and bring it into the game, which would be kind of nice.
Because the writer in me is sitting here going, wait a minute, create your own historical character. That sounds like an amazing bit of work there.
Yeah, I really think that, if you want to get people involved and have some sort of flex in terms of, wanting to do something, give them an opportunity to create their own character, which is what makes D&D really cool, right? I mean, you're basing it off a race, but really you're creating the whole, persona of that character based on a race, and either dragonborn or elf or human or gnome, whatever. But you've created a character within that guise of a race, and it's who they are, and that's what really makes it unique. And so I think having that as an opportunity makes it more interesting in terms of gameplay.
It's funny that you say that because I feel like people out there going, how can you create your own historical character? But technically speaking, our little detective is a historical character that we created for the game.
Yeah, I mean, Nick is created for the game.
Yeah.
Kaizen's created for. I mean, Kaizen. If you look up his name, that's what fascinates me about the Japanese language, because I'm doing research and really trying to find applicable names for the characters. And Kaizen, whose name is based on improvement, his constant improvement is his definition. And so he's always improving in the game, trying to become better. And his brother, Chiyoso, his name means kind of like stalwart and obedient. And that plays highly into his character that I'm developing for the game. And these two guys are brothers. And so there's a dynamicism going on between these two characters that's going to formulate as the book progresses through episodes 2 and 3. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm trying to make it like a layered, story, just not totally on the facade and that's all you see. I'm trying to make it so that you have the historical aspects to it, but the characters, there's some development to the characters as well, and that's what's really making it interesting for me. So hopefully it'll be interesting to the readers.
It completely is, because we're just going off on an angle here from a little bit of what you're talking about, I love when I'm writing and I'm using history as part of the character, and I do a lot of pieces that fit into whichever historical period that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I mean it's funny you say that, Raphael, because I don't have a set script. I mean, I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I have a storyline in my head in terms of an outline, but in terms of the pages, I mean, I'm just formulating as I go because I know what the ultimate goal is in terms of every issue, but getting there is kind of like, okay, well, how am I going to fill this in? And like you said, it's finding those historical tidbits that you want to include in it, and that's what really makes it fun in a way because it's like, okay, what can I introduce now that will have some significance from a historical perspective and make it fun, and so that's what I love about this role-playing game too, because I'm finding a ton of crap that's really cool to learn. It's really fun to learn, and I'm just bringing it in, and hopefully people will pick up on that as well. So we'll see how it goes. You never know.
I was about to ask both of you guys, to what kind of historical characters would you create? But I was just thinking, Kevin, technically speaking, you're working with history as well, because you're taking these two clowns who did what they did a while back, and you're bringing them into the present, so that it's based on a historical event that's happened in your world.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of setting the lore of where potentially everything started. But there's just going to be like some twists to show there's actually deeper history than you think it is. But yeah.
But it also
Yeah.
showcases, what we do when we write, when we create. We're not just like throwing stuff at a. Well, sometimes we throw stuff at a board. That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole different
Yeah,
story.
but we're crafting, we're weaving, we are like trying to make this into something. And sometimes you got to dip into the real world and into reality, into stuff that we know.
Well, that's
Oh,
what I love about this. Is just like what I love about the whole comic genre, which I think a lot of companies are getting away from. Right, and I've talked about this before. It's like it's a comic book. It's like it's a non-reality, right? This is like something where you can do pretty much anything you want because it doesn't exist. And so, why can't we blow the wheels off the bus and just have a fun time with it, and not worry about what the consequences are? Because ultimately we can craft whatever end zone we want at the end, right? It doesn't matter because it doesn't exist. And I think that really makes it a lot of fun, So
yeah,
We're
that's
glad you were
why.
introduced to the channel too.
Yeah, that's why I always make the joke when someone asks me about like the horror rules. Like, do I follow the rules? I'm like, no, I create my own.
yeah,
Like, no, I don't follow these horror rules. I'm like, they're overrated in my opinion, and they make stuff boring. And so I try to think outside the box, and like create my own type of horror rules that I follow myself when I'm writing my stories. And
Yeah.
that's why when I'm writing, I try to like, okay, if I go this route, it'll be predictable because it's been seen before. So I try to make, instead of going like a straight line, I go like a zigzag, try to find which route to go, which is best to actually show it up. I'm not following the same rules that other people do, because I feel like people follow these type of rules because they don't want to take a risk. I'm always about being a risk taker and like do something that's not normal.
But that's what makes the indie scene great, Kevin. You just said it right there because you look at all the Marvel movies, you look at the DC movies, they're all following the same formula, and it
Yeah,
gets so boring after a while. But what you're talking about is like something different. Take a risk and see what happens. It's
exactly.
cool.
And
I
even
love
though, like even the modern horror movies, they not taking a risk to make it something original. Like they still follow this final girl, the love interest, and it just what's going to happen as soon as the movie starts. I'm just like, well, that was a waste of 2 hours. And I'm just like, that's depressing. It's like I want to like when I'm watching a movie like horror movie like Marvel DC, I want something that's not seen before.
Yeah.
And like it's not that hard, but it's not that hard to do, but it's hard to do at the same time. Because so many things have been done. So it's like you have to throw some balls to take a risk and do something that's not normal. If I'm being honest.
That's why you learn the rules so you know how to break them.
Exactly. How you think I got through high school? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, one of my best things my history teacher taught me was the fact that you learn history so you understand it, so that you can make sure that it doesn't repeat for yourself and for others. Because you're learning the rules so you can understand the rules, and if you need to break the rules, you can break the rules.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I was gonna say, Shannon, you dive into history. You're constantly into history because well, right now you're filming this, and it's kind of like a historical thing. You're talking about the Satanic Panic from the '70s, and you're talking about all the stuff. And again, it's a great storyline where you're putting bits and pieces of what's already happened, and it's coming into the creativity of things. But as a ghost hunter, you're always diving into history, right?
Correct. That is one thing that always intrigued me about paranormal investigating. Wasn't so much about having this spooky jump scares or anything like that. It was because I was always so intrigued by history that the idea of me getting to go to these places, and usually we're in places where public don't have access to or anything like that, and be immersed in this history one on one, as if they might have been walking in the actual footsteps of some of these people and these experiences, being in areas where like incredible people did incredible
Yeah.
things for people without caring about what would happen to them or their lives to make sure that other people were protected. Um, Sorry, I'm in a trailer, so they're moving around and it's going like
Don't worry
this.
about it. We kind of
I'm
figured it out.
afraid that I'm gonna flip over. But it's really really cool, and that's why I'm so intrigued by what Paul does. Because history is so very important.
Yeah.
And it does repeat if you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what I like is that you go into so many different areas of history and historical figures, but there's so much more than what the history books are in school have out there.
Mhm.
And what you're being told happened as opposed to like what the world says happened, taking bits and pieces of all around and making history. I know you stick to a curriculum for school, but I think that what you're doing is really really intriguing, and the fact that you just keep adding to it and making it more and more immersive and exciting for people to learn. And it reminds me, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I was younger, there was something, Where in the World is Carmen San Diego?
Oh, I
And it
love
was
that.
it was a game that we had in school, and it wasn't necessarily history, right? But they
Yeah.
were going around the world to different places that
Yep.
had historical events, but it was
Mhm.
more about reading comprehension and
Yeah.
typing. And you had to type out the whatever they had. So it was a
Yeah.
type class.
Yep.
But that got me interested more in the history.
Yep.
And so I think growing up, if I was in school and I had the opportunity to use your program, like as an adult, I want to use your program just because it intrigues me.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would really put a spark in me. I think it's really, history is so important, and it is immersed in everything we're doing. We're living history right now.
One, thank you, Shannon. I really appreciate that
Of
comment.
course.
It really warms my heart. It really does. Thank you. And I just that, like you said about paranormal investigations. Whenever I watch those shows on TV, it wasn't necessarily if they're going to see a ghost or not. I liked hearing about what happened at that place. Like they did a lot on
Yes.
Gettysburg, which
Yeah.
was fascinating to me. It's just amazing what took place there. You don't know all the backstories in terms of what happened to the people that died and actually experienced that horrible trial. And it's just I
Well,
think it's overlooked a lot, and that's what really makes it unique and interesting to know about.
Well, Gettysburg in particular is so focused on the war itself, the battle that took place there.
Right.
Yeah.
But you gotta realize there's a whole lot of scary history there around that. People were being abducted
Yep.
for horrible reasons, and and it was a safe place. Gettysburg was a safe place for a lot of folks.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, it was. And so, there's a lot of history surrounding the events of the Civil War and why that was a very important time period.
Yep.
But I like to look at what happens after the events. What is life like after? How are they to each other? How do they repair each other? Like Salem witch trials, for example. How do you go from accusing all of your neighbors and that kind of history to to being what it is today. It becomes
Yeah.
a tourist attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like that's interesting to me, and I don't know.
I know
Sorry.
exactly what you're talking
I
about.
could go on
Shannon.
forever. I got to cut
Yeah.
myself off because
No,
Yeah,
I
I think,
going.
I think it's
It's
great.
funny,
I mean,
Shannon, you're saying this because I got a story, that starts off in the witch trials, where they try to burn this witch who happens to be a witch, and they pay the price right away.
I have wait. Can we talk after? Because maybe
Ooh.
we can. I have not been able to find my. I feel like I have like a general whatever, but I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I can't end it.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
it's
it's the
interesting
witch that couldn't burn.
when you talk about witches. My upcoming comic skin shifter, Sabrina Jekyll, has a history where that she was accused as a witch and got burned at the stake. And I'm just gonna leave it right there. But I'll show the after it happened. So
See, but that just showcases, Shannon, what you're saying. It's like,
yeah.
this moment in history. And I think it's because, that moment repeats, whether it's people being accused of being witches, or people being accused of
Right.
communism, or people being accused
Mhm.
of being immigrants. It kind of keeps repeating.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a witch hunt.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify though, like most witches in the United States, I don't think they were burned. That was more of a UK English
Usually, yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
Mhm.
Here they mostly hung them or
Yeah.
Drowned them.
well,
Yeah.
Monty Python
Or both.
threw
Yeah.
in a lake, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw them in the lake. If they floated,
what is away?
Yeah, I would have been dead so many times.
Whatever.
I have like beauty marks. I'm a girl. I have mood swings. I would have been either in an asylum or hung up, strung up, burnt somewhere. I know that sounds terrible to say. It's true.
Oh my god.
Especially with my creepiness.
yeah, and it's funny because we're all misfits, we're all
Switch.
geeks, and because we're misfits and geeks, we kind of understand where all this stuff is coming from. Maybe we weren't treated as bad. In all fairness, I got beat up a lot of times. I beat up some people from coming after me. So I don't know.
That's why I always have like sympathy, I think, for the villain. And
Mhm.
everybody always talks about a hero. And I said, well, they're the hero depending on whose eyes you're looking through. Like the villain
Agreed.
could be somebody else's hero. Usually the villain has some major story that they, had some sort of trauma or whatever, and they wound up becoming that way. Sometimes they're born that way.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's
Like,
rare.
sometimes when I'm watching like movies and stuff, I'd be pissed that I'd be rooting for the villain because I sympathize with the villain, even though he might be a serial
Right.
killer.
But I think that you can
But at the same time, I understand their pain because of what they've been through.
exactly. Anyone who's been through any kind of like trauma, growing up or
Mhm.
anything, even not growing up, going to work. When
Yeah.
you deal with people, usually there's some unfortunate trauma involved.
That's true. That is true.
We all the hero's journey either leads you to becoming the hero, or the hero's journey either leads you to being the hero or becoming the villain.
I feel like you can only be the hero for so long before you become a villain.
Well, that's what I'm
You
saying.
have to be a villain to somebody. It's never ever
Well, definitely.
straightforward.
Because I've
You
seen the
know.
hero be a villain to some people, and they're pretty good people.
There are no heroes. We're all villains.
I'm saying we're anti-heroes.
Everybody likes an anti-hero. I'm
Okay.
gonna bring back the pure hero.
Well, that's
I already
boring.
expressed my fear. I feel if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm going to end up being a zombie. I'm not going to be the guy with the machete or the freaking machine gun. I'm the gun. I'm be like,
I'm gonna try. I want to know. Okay, wait. I'm very confused. Since you brought up zombies, can we talk about Walking Dead for a second?
Go for it.
Sure.
Can we talk about why at one point they were able to walk around with zombie guts all over them and be right next to them and not have an issue, and then all of a sudden that was no longer a thing? Why?
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
wanna
a
know
black
why.
hole. I think it's a
Good
Sorry.
black hole.
question, though.
I want to.
Good question, though.
That show drove me insane. I'm sorry, I loved it, and I could not wait for the main one to end. I couldn't wait because I swear to God, if I had to, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. If I had to have like one more episode of like just waiting and waiting and waiting for the very end for something to happen, and then it's like you get nothing but the suspense, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, next time, and then you're waiting still. No, no. Enough.
See, I'm not going to argue with you because I stopped watching it in season 2. So
I had
You
to
know-
finish it because
you
I
know,
put
it's-
so much time invested in, and I still don't know what frick happened to Rick.
I never
Damn it.
watched it. I never watched the main series.
it,
I watched
Rick.
the spin-offs. I didn't even watch the main series. Well, I watched part of like the first season, but I never went back to finish the series because it's too many seasons to care to watch. But
That's
I watched the spin-offs of The Walking Dead and the other shows. But I was like, yeah, I don't feel like watching 13 seasons. I don't really know how many.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel like sitting through it because it's probably going to get boring very quickly after like season 2 or so. So yeah.
That's like the perfect example of hero and villain, right? So they want to
Yeah.
portray Rick as this hero, but meanwhile, he's just doing what every other, people were doing at their village or whatever you want to call those people, tribes. What are they? I don't know.
we're just trying to
Clusters
survive.
of crazy.
They go
Whatever
by so
they
many
were doing.
names that I lost count. I lost
They-
track. So.
If you look at it, Rick would go to all of these people's established civilizations and then try and take it over and murder them with those people so that they would do it his way. Is he the hero or the villain?
See, I had a problem
I
from
think
the
he's a
get-go.
maniac.
Yeah, I had
He's
a
a
problem.
maniac.
He sounds like it. Too.
He's
I had a
equal
problem from
to-
the get-go with all of them. That's why I only lasted to season 2 because I was sitting there going, "The fuck are we watching?"
Wait, was that the governor?
Wow.
No,
Governor?
season 2 was when they went to the scientific facility.
CDC.
Yeah, and
Oh,
like you
CDC,
kind of got an
okay.
idea of why it happened. And I'm sitting there going,
I still don't know what happened.
"This is getting really stupid."
They never tied up any loose end. I have
No.
no idea why it happened. Why were those people marching to
said they
nowhere?
finally
What were the
explained it, what it
helicopter
was
people
for.
and the army people for?
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll never know. We got promised a movie that will never happen.
Yeah, I was
that's-
watching a
that's-
zombie
that-
movie with
that was the same
was
way-
it Charlene Theron in it? Is that her name? And the zombies were running. I said, no, it just doesn't happen. Zombies don't run. I'm sorry. I was looking
They
at
were
this
running in my
thing,
video
like,
game,
going
and it was
40
scary.
miles an hour. He's a zombie.
God.
It's like, well, who thought of this?
Somebody
I
to make it more scary.
Somebody
that's
who
what-
would want you to drop dead. Yes.
Exactly.
Because
Definitely,
that's
definitely.
exactly what I would do. There would be I would just lay down. Like, no, I'm dead. Nope. So
We're
sorry.
not working out here.
I don't know
Look
how
at
these
me.
people don't drop dead like in these movies. I'm so sorry. But like
What are you
Pennywise,
thinking about
if a
Walking
giant Pennywise turned
I'm
into a
sorry,
big ass
what-
spider at me, I'm dropping dead. I'm
What-
so sorry. I don't have time to think to run. I've already died.
What I don't understand about Walking Dead is this. Okay, we've got machete,
Uh-oh.
we've got machine guns, we got flamethrowers, we got gasoline, get pretty much every freaking device on the planet, right, to blow anything up. Why is it in Dungeons and Dragons you can have a knight, you can have a thief, and you can have like a magician take on a horde of zombies and have no problem? And it's like you just walk away.
Because they
Like,
got armor.
I'm
Yeah.
And I
sorry.
always
like,
wondered, I'm like,
You
dude,
know, these guys are like they're like 800 years old. They have no problem disposing of zombies, right? Come on.
I've always wondered, like, dude, well, what? I'm gonna be wearing stuff. You're gonna be breaking your teeth on me.
Do zombies only eat the people, or would they like a nice fluffy donut instead?
If it has brains on it, they probably eat it.
I mean,
You gotta get the Homer zombie.
what? Why though? Why do we
I
turn
don't
to
know.
cannibals and want to eat the brains?
It's
What about
really-
the brains?
Brain.
That's a good question. I've always questioned that. I'm saying, why do they have to
That's
eat
only
the
a
brain?
specific
Like,
type
who
of
came up
zombie.
with this idea
They're
where
not-
zombies eat the brain of people
Yeah.
to survive?
They're not getting any nutrients or any smarter out of eating my brain. I eat mozzarella sticks and I am just a skip away from a flatlined brain. I
that's-
literally am.
That's exactly why with my zombie saga that I'm doing, I stray away from this zombie eating brain bull crap, because that's why I always say take a risk. I'm gonna do something
No.
that's not that.
Eat a
Crap.
Big Mac. Have a zombie run at a McDonald's. Nuggets. That's scary.
I was
Oh.
like,
Those
oh,
things are petrified. They last forever. They'd be fine.
plot armor fail.
I gotta say, as a D&D player, I'm happy that Shannon brought this up. Every time I watch certain movies, I'm sitting there going, you know what? Because as a
Like,
D&D player,
I became
You're
a
going,
fan
"Wait
of
a minute."
D&D. I became a fan of D&D because of Stranger Things, because I didn't know what the heck D&D was for a
That show
while
makes me so angry.
until
That's
I
another
Make
one.
you angry now.
until I
Come on,
watched the
where's
show and then actually got into the game, and I was like, wait a minute, this is actually pretty fun.
Oh, D&D is
I
a
was like,
blast.
holy smokes.
I fell off Stranger Things in season 2, third episode. I went, no, I'm not doing this again.
See, that's the same thing I did with Walking
You
Dead.
gotta stick it out, Shannon.
I was like,
Actually,
That's what
watched-
I hear.
I
That's why
stayed-
they say
I
it gets
stayed
better
to the-
season
to the
3.
end.
I just don't.
I stayed till the end, and I must say they had too much plot armor. That should have been some more dramatic. That should have been some dramatic storytelling that would have made the show way better.
I feel
Like,
like
that was
I
too
would.
much plot armor. I expected something dramatic, especially when they was like hyping the trailers. I expected something more dramatic. But I was like, why the hell everyone survived? Why? I expected someone to
I don't
die.
have to watch
and,
it.
like,
Wait. We're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure that you people in the audience know that they survived.
I
sorry,
didn't want that to
sorry,
If you
happen.
sorry,
watch
now
it
I'm
all the
watching.
way to the end,
but then again, I didn't
There's a whole
specify who
theory
survived. so-
that something else is happening.
right, and then
because they had a lenient DM. That's why they survived, Kevin.
Dude,
yeah,
You know what I was expecting?
But-
The whole time I was expecting them to all of a sudden, which they kind of alluded to. I wanted them to become the party. To become the
Right.
Dungeons
That's
and
what I was
Dragons
waiting
party.
for.
To be
Yeah.
the warrior. I'm like, if they would have gone
Yeah.
into a fantasy direction, I would have loved it. But
And
they,
then
just kinda keep
they-
it into the real
I'll be back in
world.
1 second.
Go for it.
and
Starting to
they
do that
really
with Will.
screwed up. They really screwed up when they released the behind the scenes of the final season. I'm like, you just showed us how stupid you are as a writer. Why would you release this? Like, what the crap? That was stupid. I was like, oh my god, y'all really just expose yourself by releasing this entire 2-hour behind the scenes of the final season, and you just explain your thought process, which was a stupid thought process. Because as a writer, I was like, if you went this route, the show would have been so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then it's about some type of fatigue. I was like, no, that would have made perfect sense to have those up there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going. I'm like, but wait. It's been months, so I don't care. Like in the series finale, where people say, where the hell is the Demogorgons? Where they was like fighting Vecna in his whatever they call that damn thing. Excuse my language. I'm like, and in the behind the scenes of that they released, they feel like the fans was having like Demogorgon fatigue. I was like, no, we weren't. That would have been better. I'm like, how the heck are these kids with no power fighting this giant demon thing with rocks, with a flamethrower, with the freaking gun that's not penetrating anything?
Well, I
Like-
gotta say, as a D&D player, I can believe it because you have the fighters and you have the guys who don't have the powers, and then they can go head to head with dragons and stuff like that. So
I was like, but even that final fight between Eleven and Vecna felt weak. I was like, I expected a longer, better, more dramatic fight.
well, that's
I'm
why
like-
people are saying that wasn't the real ending. That something else is
I don't
happening.
know,
Yeah.
but it's just
No, they definitely set up for a sequel.
it felt off.
Set up
It
for a
felt
sequel,
completely off.
so.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happened with what is it? What's that show? The one with from the book that hasn't been finished. Martin, whatever his name is. Yeah. Oh my God, what the hell's the name of the show?
Oh, George R. Martin, you're talking
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Right, dude.
You're
I-
talking
Game of Thrones.
I was watching this show.
Game of
No,
Thrones.
I wasn't watching the show. I've never seen an episode, but I was sitting there going, wait a minute. Why did you speed up the final season if you didn't have anything else to go to? You could have just told a good story, slowed down, and gotten to where you needed to get, but they kind of speeded up that whole last season.
Well, that was a big criticism of that whole season 8.
Yeah.
So,
That and dude, it was so bad. I was so behind. I stopped watching the show like after season 4. I watched like the first episode of season 5. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to the series finale. Because even actually I watched the full season 8 and I understood what's everything's happening because it was so predictable. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to watch other seasons. They're telling me what happened right now. And then that entire season 8, I wasted my life watching that
Wasted my
season.
life.
And I was like, okay, you had this entire build up for this woman to take over the world, and then you just kill her off. First of all, you slept with her nephew. Like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. And then you made the cripple boy king. I was like, what? I was like, why? I was like, oh my god.
Are you talking about
this-
Game of Thrones?
yeah. I was like,
I love that
what was
show.
the point of all this build up?
We're talking about the bad last season.
Like, are you kidding me?
I didn't hate the last season, and you know why? This is why I have to wait because I didn't watch it during the hype of it at all.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
watched it right
Yeah.
before House of Dragon came out. I didn't even know that that was coming out, and I didn't watch that. Is that even what it's called? Who knows?
House of Dragons is it's like 200
Okay, it
years
is called-
before Game of Thrones. Yeah, House of Dragons.
Okay, that's the prequel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hundreds of
Yeah.
years later.
I
Which is
tried
actually way
watching that
better
at
than Game of
first, but
Thrones.
I have a really hard time when I fall in love with like a certain idea of a thing to go into new character. I'm just an a-hole
Yeah.
that way. I
Well,
am.
House of
I'm like,
Dragon
no,
is
I
actually
can't
really
picture
good
you
storytelling.
guys. I feel like when it's like sometimes like second
Yeah.
people,
Mm.
I'm not trying to be rude, they're great, but it doesn't have the same vibe for me.
Yeah,
Um, I loved it, and I feel like the last season did get a lot of. They rushed it for sure. They
They
didn't
did.
finish
Yeah.
up a
They
lot of the
definitely did.
storylines.
yeah.
But I kind of liked the battle. Like a lot of people complain that it was too dark, but
Oh,
I
the
feel
battle
like
was
I get
the battle was
that
fantastic.
a lot of that was
The
like the
battle was
main
fantastic.
complaint was that it was way too dark. But I get the concept behind that and
Yeah.
why it was like
Yeah.
hello
I had no
winter was
problem with the
coming.
writing. I
It's
had no
not
problem
going
with
to be
Jon
bright.
Snow did
It's
nothing.
I didn't-
Powering the whole time. It's like, what the hell, John? Get in there and kick some ass for God's
Yeah.
sake! You,
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Wait, what
I know.
happened?
you did nothing. did nothing. Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
I know.
Yeah.
I
It's
know.
awful. It's like how
I know.
he's a great
But I did
character,
love
and, like,
it.
this is his moment. The whole series. This is his moment.
This is the moment we've been waiting for.
fails.
No,
Literally.
They
no.
fail.
Yeah,
I mean, I liked it, but I think that they did rush it. It could have been way. Yes.
Here's the
I
thing
think
that I
the
was
writers- I
saying,
think the writers
I don't
got too much
understand why they
credit
rushed it
themselves,
because
you
the
know?
book wasn't finished, and people wanted more,
and it's still
more
not
of it.
finished.
The
So why didn't you
actors
rush
were
the show to
done.
end it?
The actors were done.
That's probably
They,
what it was.
they
yes.
were done. They were over. They wanted it. They
Out, yeah.
think about how long that is away from your
It
home,
is.
your
It's a long
family, and
time.
stuff like that. They were
Yeah.
not even filming in the country.
Yeah, I
I think
saw-
so. It's very hard for them. That's what I read. Anyway,
And I
don't
know.
actually I
Surprised
watched like
that-
behind the scenes of the show, and they take it like a good year from
Yeah.
home filming those freaking scenes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oof, that is tiring.
yes, it was just a lot for them. I think.
So I'm
You gotta be
surprised with the
careful
new Harry
now.
Potter.
There's always AI.
That you got these actors that are going to be there for 7 years.
Oh, those new kids on the Harry Potter show.
Oh, yeah.
I feel sorry for them. They have
Because they're signing up for 7 years.
I thought it's only I thought it was 14 years.
No, it's 7 years.
But still, that's still a long time. I feel sorry for those kids. I'm like, oh god, I'm sorry.
Because the
for you
story
guys.
takes place in 7 years.
I don't feel sorry for their wallets.
I don't, but it's
I
just
worked at a coffee shop in the city. It's been going through.
it's like you get. I'm like you get a good allowance, but
He was seeing Daniel Radcliffe every day.
Here's what?
My son.
Oh, really?
He's a barista at a coffee shop in Manhattan, and he was seeing Daniel
Wow.
Radcliffe every day. It was so cool.
I hope he was kind to him.
Oh, he can. He just, he doesn't make any. In fact, one day he was at the coffee machine. This woman comes in, and she goes, "Do you have sandwiches?" And he just turns and says, "Sorry, we don't, ma'am." She walks out, and then his colleagues go, "Paul, do you know who that was?" And he says, "No idea." It's Meryl Streep. It's like my son is just like, "Oh," he's so laid back. He's like, he just.
I meant I hope they were nice to your son. I hope it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I hope they were nice to your son.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
wow.
he's a good kid. He really is. He's got the kindest heart. He's the smartest guy. I just love him so much. He's a good kid.
Aw.
heck yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, folks. See, we're geeks. We geek all over the place.
Yeah, we go from what Game of Thrones to zombies to coffee. I don't know.
From
Harry
amazing
Potter.
historical talk, ghost hunting, on set, writing.
Speaking
Well, I
speaking of
wanna
ghosts,
ask
I
you,
think
Shannon,
my
I
My
want to ask
sister-
you the
oh,
film you're
sorry.
doing right now, right? The Blood Covenant, right? That's the name.
Hellbound Covenant.
Hellbound
Hellbound
Covenant.
Covenant, right? Have you experienced any ghost encounters while you're doing this movie?
Yeah, at the last time I was filming on set, not the last time before that, we were filming in a spooky place. I don't know if I'm allowed to say where, so I'm not going to, just play it safe. We had, oh, and also the place before. So we had a Virgin Mary statue fall,
Ooh.
and its face broke off.
Ooh.
Oh,
We
shit.
had equipment things go wrong. I lost time completely on set for hours, like hours. I sat down for a moment, and next thing you know, like I like snapped out because there was like this big sound, and I realized like I'm literally in there. I had to sit back and be like, oh shit, I don't even think they realized I was there. So there might be like a part in the movie where you just see something spooky sitting in the background. That's me. I lost time.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like that was a rough night, like high tension. And sometimes that's the activity. Like it causes that tension, the bickering and like stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of weird things, weird things, but just like even doing like the regular paranormal investigating, it's literally the same experiences on both of us.
I can
No
imagine
different.
the subject matter you're doing's got to be drumming something up. It's
Yeah.
like it's just
Well,
it would freak me out. I mean, I don't know. I get easily freaked out. What can I say? Movies are-
that's
I
that's
talk
what
when
part.
when I watch a movie, it's like I don't know. I'm kind of stupid that way.
No, it's you're normal. Like that's the thing is like although we are acting certain parts and certain rituals and stuff like that, and although the things may not be 100% real, it doesn't mean that the intent isn't real because we're acting it out. So we need it to be real.
Right.
And so and in the everyone else's mind, they're picturing it as it being real, you
Mhm.
know, and so with that happening, you kind of it doesn't matter. You're drawing up that energy. You're still invoking those energies to come out, and it can really mess up your day. You have to be really careful with that stuff. And yeah, I think that was a good example of what happened that night specifically. It was a weird, heavy energy. It was,
Definitely freaky deaky. I'll tell you right now, it's really
yeah,
that's kind of messed up.
Spooky ooky.
yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Cats marrying dogs.
Oh,
You want to
Oh
see
my
cutie pie? Look.
Yeah, we were looking at the dog before. Yeah.
oh wow.
How cute is that?
He's got the right
on
idea.
bed.
Yeah, he has a great idea. Yeah.
That's our number one star.
Oh, folks.
No.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I completely forgot since we've been talking about everything else. We all did a little beware piece.
Oh, I did not.
I thought you worked on it. You were talking to me about something.
Sorry.
It's not finished. I get it. And Kevin, you did a beware piece as well, right?
Yeah, I kind of twisted it into like an isolation hotel beware piece. So,
Well, you
because
were saying that that's what you were going to do when we were on the show last week.
I did. At least you remember, because I didn't remember shit.
Yeah, we were
Um,
supposed to do this. We were.
But yeah, literally, I was writing it, and I was working my mental health book, and then it just came to my thought. I was like, so I made a beware isolation hotel, and then it just flowed down. I was like, I'm gonna keep that in the book, even though it was supposed to be for this podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna keep it in the freaking book because this actually, I think this might help somebody. So yeah.
Well, sometimes that's how it works, and sometimes you get creative, and it kind of spills out from it, because even my piece isn't really like, I know you both read it. My piece isn't exactly scary. It can be scary.
And I actually
That's
posted
a
it
whole
on my
other thing.
Instagram. Yeah, I posted it on my Instagram.
Ah, cool.
So you can actually pull it up if you want to. You can actually post it on my Instagram.
Absolutely not. I think you're asking too much, sir.
I'm saying you can. I was like, you don't have to.
Sorry, I was just joking.
I know. I'm trying to say you can if you want to.
I can if I want to. Oh, so we're leaving it up to that.
Yeah, I'm if you want to. It's on there. So yeah.
There we go. Kevin Davis.
Beware.
Like I did the post 2 days ago, I think.
There we go. Let's see what we got here.
There it is.
Oh yeah, look, it's right here.
Yeah,
There it is.
I like the fact that you put it all together here.
yeah.
So, folks, you
Are you
can go
gonna-
check. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you guys go do the research. You can go check out Kevin's piece at Kevin's Place,
Yeah. So,
and then you
yeah.
can check out my piece at the Vocal. And then when Shannon finishes her piece, or we'll put that one up too. You can go look for it over there.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll have it by Sunday.
So now go do your research, folks, because writing and creating is all about research.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny. Like, we were talking about history and all that stuff earlier, and me and Paul had a conversation a while back where I feel like people think that history is a specific thing. And me and Paul have had this conversation a couple times. They think it's specific. They think it's historical. They think it's the Revolutionary War. They think it's all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but history is everything. It's music. It's movies. It's so much. It's books. I feel like that's why people go, I don't like history, but they're not really looking at history the way they should be looking at history.
I was one of those people that said I hated history, but now I freaking love it. And like learning the different stories of history, I was like, I freaking love it.
Yeah, I was just I picked up a graphic novel probably about 4 months ago. I ordered it from McNally, and I thought it was a book, but when I got it, it was a graphic novel. It's about Will Eisner, and I had no idea. But this guy invented the graphic novel. It's so freaking cool, and it's just like you don't know what people have done unless you learn about it, and it's all the little things like that just really opened my eyes to it. Just researching the stuff for the role playing game, finding so much about Japanese culture and how important just even a tea ceremony was for people in Japan. It's just incredible when you talk about art and music and film. It's like food is a phenomenally important thing when it comes to culture, and how it affects people and what they do in their lives. So it's everything. It doesn't have to be just about a war or a writing of a document or whatever. It's everyday life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I also feel like that's how the oppressors or the people above us try to keep us in control by making it go, it's history. You don't need to look at that.
It's like
I never fell
you're
asleep so much
telling-
when I did an art history class. I mean, I wanted to not fall asleep, but it was so freaking boring because the way they presented everything is just like,
Yeah, that's how
here's
it.
another slide of an Egyptian tomb.
Yeah.
It's just like, tell us something about it. It's like, who cares if it's a photo of a sculpture or a carving? It's like, there's a story here. What's the story? Make it interesting. Come on. Enough of it.
I
and like-
literally
and like-
had a teacher that would show family slides of their vacations.
What?
for
Oh,
Earth-
God.
It wasn't history, that was earth science. Like,
Oh,
here's
God.
me on a cliff. Guess the rock.
My teachers were savage in science and history because they did not care what the principal said. They showed us the gore in
Yes.
history and show like how people were in wars and everything. Like my teachers would replayed the entire YouTube videos of showing how war was and everything. And I'm just like, good lord. So I was surprised why I loved horror. I also fell in love with horror, even though this is actually real life. So sorry. But yeah, my teachers were savages that they showed the actual history of things.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at when I read history books, right? And I learned about William Wallace and how he was drawn and quartered. What does drawn and quartered actually mean? Okay, so they actually cut the guy in half, let his
Yep.
guts spill out, and chop him up into pieces. That's Great Britain for you.
But mind you, while they're doing this, the person is still alive.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you'd
Right,
still-
yeah.
sometimes they would hang you just a few times, just enough to teach you a lesson, not enough to die.
right.
Then you get dropped down, and then you get strapped down in front of all of your peers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they gut you. Sometimes
Yep.
they would take off your pieces, your members.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they would take your intestines out in front of your face. And
Yep.
then from there they would do all those things. Yeah. No, it's a good time.
Yeah.
We do that on Sundays. Yeah, on Sundays.
Supposedly
And-
civilized world, right?
And then we feast. You know,
And now you know
just
how Wrong
with their
Turn
little
was
head on a
created.
spike right next to us.
You gotta love people, man. You gotta love people.
And now you know how the Wrong Turn franchise was created. That's the history lesson.
Yeah.
You gotta
Life
love people.
is scary. People are
Yeah.
scary.
People are
History is
definitely scary.
terrifying,
Oh yeah.
enlightening, and
If more people
terrifying.
were terrified by it, maybe they wouldn't do it. You know.
I know, you would think.
You would
Well, I think all, like you were saying, in the way that it is presented, in the way that it is taught, it's very fact. But let's get into like that these are actual people that were doing these things to one another. It's not
Yeah.
just black and white ink on paper. This is like, you know, yeah. I could again. I could go.
That's
I
a
know
whole
you're a
different
Game of
episode.
Thrones fan, but
I
did
don't
you
know,
see
man,
Knights of
Paul.
the Seven Kingdoms? Shannon, did you see it? Did you see Knights of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Did you see that yet?
I believe I did.
Okay, so like the
I
night
haven't
scene
seen
of the
it.
battle was amazing, and it's just like that had to be the most realistic battle I've seen when it comes to like hand-to-hand combat.
Really?
You know, with these guys wearing armor, you know, and using like Morning Star maces and everything. It's just like, this is it. I mean, you know, this is tough. It's not easy. It's
Like,
not.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, watch it. It's really good. Yeah, it's got to be one of the better series I like from that series, Kevin.
Really?
Yeah,
I've heard that a lot. Interesting.
Now, a lot of
I
people
would
didn't
say
that.
also, I don't know, this had like a bunch of bad reviews, and understandably, I watched it and I was upset. Napoleon, however, but however, there was the fighting scenes that were also pretty legit. I think for being in it, you know, if you did not see that, for that alone, yeah. But for if you're looking for acting skills from, I'm very disappointed in Joaquin Phoenix. I cannot say his name.
someone
Joaquin
walking
Phoenix?
in it. Yeah.
He does not shift himself at
He
all to be
does- he does
Napoleon.
not.
There's no accent. There's no nothing. There's no effort. There is just him showing up on set with a grouchy attitude, and being himself.
You could legit tell he did not care for that role. He just cared for the
No,
moment.
he didn't. You could tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, there are moments of where there are moments where it is okay. It's pretty cool, but it's not accurate historically or anything like that either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I was
There's
on my
moments,
phone 90% of the time.
I've been
Yeah.
really enjoying Monarch. Have you guys watched Monarch?
No.
Monarch is pretty
TV.
good,
Yeah,
Wait, maybe I have.
I watched the first.
It's the
I watched the
monsters.
first
It's
episode of the new
Godzilla
season.
and Mothra and
Are you kidding? I
Uh,
love big monsters. I love it. It's
I'm
great.
such a kaiju fan. I freaking love.
Kaiju.
I'm
It's
like, I just
definitely
watched the first episode of the second season. I was like, okay, they improved from the first season because the first season had too many humans. We're actually getting some monsters. So nice.
I'm a little biased, but anything with Kurt Russell in it, I love it.
Dude, Kurt Russell is a freaking legend. I love that dude.
Guys, like
freaking love that dude.
ever
Oh
since
my God.
Snake Plissken, it's like I thought you were dead. It's like, yeah, I get that a lot. I just, I love it.
Well, there's a
Everything
rumor.
Kurt
There's a
Russell touches
rumor.
turns into gold. I swear. Everything Kurt does turns into gold.
There's a rumor that they're bringing back Snake
Oh yeah.
Really? Really?
for a
Interesting.
third and final movie.
I love it. I'll see Escape from New York or Escape from freaking wherever. It doesn't matter.
Interesting.
It's probably gonna be Escape from America.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I tell you,
Oh,
his Santa Claus movies is really good. I don't know if you've seen those, but
Oh, the Santa Claus movies were great.
Oh yeah.
yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right, folks. Let's start. You, Kevin. Tell the people all the good stuff. Give them the spiel one last time so they can go check you out.
Well, my comic Hall of Fame is on Kickstarter for 35 hours. Left on it legit halfway through funding. If you have a clown phobia, I'm not sorry. I hope you face your fear and back the campaign. But if you love stories like Welcome to Day, Halloween, Scream, and just supernatural horror stories, it's a mashup of different things. It has a lot of lore, and it's going to be a trilogy instead of 2 parts because I need to fill in plot holes in the story as I've been editing it. But long story short, it's about 2 clowns going around killing people off social media. But these 2 clowns are basically upping the ante to going after a group of friends for some odd reason. And if you actually look at the front cover, if you actually look at the cover of issue 1, the characters are positioned in a certain way to give you a clue. but we're halfway through to get to funding. 35 hours left to go, and I really hope you guys back it and hope you enjoy it. And it's one of the hardest stories I've ever written, and I am taking a break after this.
You should.
When after I finish this saga, that will also be like an anthology based in this fictional city called Hallowfield, to show there are other things that happen in Hallowfield, Texas, in this universe. But I'm going to take a wild break before I even think about doing that, because this was a headache by itself doing, in a good way. Don't worry, in a good way.
When the writing's intense and you got to
Yeah.
do research, it gets to you.
Yeah, and speaking of research, I did the other inspirations. I actually looked up actual serial killers like Charles Manson
Yeah.
and some of the others that I kind of got inspired to like add into the story a bit. And I also had a nightmare of the story that I put into the comic as well. And I woke up smiling, thinking it'd be a good idea, so I actually did it. But then again, you can also find me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at I am Kevin Davis Official, and Facebook at I am Kevin Davis CEO, and at KevinSide.com.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't have a clone phobia, but I think I will get one. And I did back this Kickstarter, so get on back the Kickstarter and do this because it's like a great book. So,
Thank you so much, man.
and Kevin, if you don't fund, please let me know. I'll pay you for a copy because I think it's really awesome. So,
Thank you so much, man.
all right,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Please
All
take
right,
it.
and I will say it will be on my website, so you still can get a copy of it.
Yeah.
We still got a few pages left to finish the book, but if you buy it through my website, I'll keep you updated on the process of everything, just like I do in the Kickstarter. But yeah.
Please do. Please do. I don't want to see this go away. It looks really good.
Even if this doesn't fall, it's not going to go away. It's still going to come out. I'm just going to like re-strategize and revamp and basically learn from this and do it better next time. So it's not going anywhere. Trust
We
me.
keep moving forward.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not Kevin Feige. I'm quality over quantity. So I'm going to keep pushing forward and make sure I do the best work I could do. So, I'm not stopping anytime soon. I was like, well, sometimes you have to have a setback to go forward. So that's fine with
Exactly.
me. So
All right, Shannon, go for it. Tell the people all the good stuff.
Hello. I am Shannon Michelle 1L Collins, the Queen of Darkness, a dream within a scream, and Powerflix's horror hostess with the ghostess. I am an actress, model, poet, paranormal investigator, the creepy thing in the corner of your room at night that you think you see. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh no, that was just my pile of clothes. No, it was me. It was me. If you would like to follow me and my shenanigans, you can find me on Instagram at a dream _ within a scream, or on Facebook, Shannon Michelle Collins, the Queen of Darkness. If you would like to have spooky things year round, you can join Powerflix and use my code QOD30 for 30% off your annual subscription. It is constantly being updated, and you can see what me and my other colleagues in my field are doing at these very historic, very spooky locations.
Yeah.
You forgot the poll. That's okay. You can look
Also, I have a website, a dreamwithinascream.com. Yeah.
which is a badass website. I looked at it.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Look,
you. Thank you.
there's some great stuff there, folks. Go check it
It
out.
does need to be
I'm
updated.
like, you are the inspiration why I got back into writing horror poetry. So thank you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so touching. Thank
I
you.
hesitated for a while, but then meeting you last month, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get back to it. Because looking at your page and looking at your website, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get back to it because I'm actually really good at it.
Yay,
started
I
getting
love
through it.
that. Thank
So yeah,
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Queen here is always reminding us that we should go back to Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
right. Literally. So yeah, so
Everybody's
I
got
have
a little Poe in them.
Exactly.
yeah, so I am legit doing a full-fledged mental health horror novel.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I
Cannot
was just
wait.
going to politely blame Shannon for that. So you can blame her for that.
Well, we're already blaming her for all the
That's very
spookiness with the
special.
puppet.
Thank you for sharing that.
I was like, so
That's
if you,
very
I'm like,
special.
so if you read the novel and you get scared, blame Shannon. Don't blame me.
Yes, blame me, darlings.
There you go, folks.
But, yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Yep.
I think everybody wants to know a little bit about you.
Ooh.
Okay, thank you.
Professor
So yeah,
Paul in the house.
you can find me. You
Hold
can
on,
find where to
job.
get the game at timeforces.com/get. It's available in the app stores, like I said earlier, so you can get it there. We have our History All Around Us campaign that is set up for education. We're trying to develop. We have been developing a program for 5th to 10th graders to learn about history, and that includes journaling, it includes collaboration, it includes presentation management. So it's all about getting back to basics, in addition to playing a video game. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Where else? I think I'm on Blue Sky too. I don't know. I got to start posting more on social media, but everything is at Time. So if you go to social media, you can type in at Time Enforcers. You'll probably find me somewhere. And that's me, believe it or not, dressed up as Professor C.T. Haugens. People don't know who I am without the wig. It's pretty funny.
Love it.
Last weekend, we were walking up to a booth, and this guy looks at me. It's like, "Oh, who are you?" I said, "I was here 20 minutes ago, dressed up in a wig. You don't remember?" It was great.
It's one of those moments where I realized that Clark Kent and Superman is a real thing.
Yeah,
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, they want to take that whole thing.
Oh man.
love it. So hopefully, Professor will be at the book fair tomorrow. Ralph and I are going to a book fair in Randolph, and I'll see if I can get up the gumption to dress up as Professor CT. I'll let you guys know. So,
I was wondering if you were going to dress up as the professor when we went.
yeah, it's cold tomorrow, so wearing a wig shouldn't be too bad. So we'll see how it goes.
That's right, and it should be not too bad.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can find this. There it is.
there it is. Books in Bloom. Should be fun. It's a book fair
I
in
love that.
Randolph. Should be a good time.
Yeah, so all us guys will be down there in Jersey, hanging out with Christina Garlic, having fun at her book fair. This looks like it's going to be fantastic. So go check it out, folks. A lot of
I
great
won't be
food,
there
a
yet.
lot
I'll
of
be
great
at the,
books.
I'll catch the next one.
That's
Tell
right.
her I said hello and give her my love.
It's so funny when we were on the show. What was that? Was that yesterday? No, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We were talking about you.
You were.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and Shannon, because we were talking about today's show. I was like, Shannon's gonna be like, oh, tell her I said hi.
Oh yeah, tell her I said hello.
We will
Yeah.
pass the message along and make sure it's spooky ooky.
Yeah, do it spooky ooky.
All right,
If
folks.
you can contort your body in weird ways and
I think I could do it once, but I don't think after that I will.
can I do it in here? I don't have a lot of space. I've been contorting myself all day.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh,
That was really close.
Speaking of spooky, like I promised last show, here's my spooky
Oh, that's
plushie
right.
of my character, Havocus, coming
So
probably not
cute.
till next year or so. But this is Havocus. He's has his own series coming in a year or so. So
Very cool.
yeah, I'm
See,
like, I
somebody had
wasn't
to have
lying.
the
I was
puppet.
serious. I was serious. I have my own monsters, and I have more coming that I will show on the next episode of whenever I come back here on Rid. So yeah,
Ooh.
the ring is here. Okay.
See, folks. Oh, spooky, fooky, freaky, spooky, hooky,
Oh
wooky.
my god.
Friday
I
the
always get
13th.
freaked out. I gotta stop coming on these shows with Shannon. I always get-
You know what we're gonna be
Oh.
tomorrow? Come hang out with us. We got another Friday the 13th show coming in November. I feel like I might do a Friday the 13th. It's not Friday the 13th. We'll see.
I think you need to, Raphael. You can't wait till November. I think you're gonna do.
That's
a
what I was
couple-
thinking.
You
Yeah.
have to
Halfway to
do a
Friday the
random one.
13th.
You
Halfway
have
to
to do a
Friday the
random
13th.
There you go. We call it the halfway to Friday the 13th show.
There we go. So you have to do a
It's
random.
planned, folks. Be here.
Friday the 13th in July. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Friday the 13th in July. All right, folks. Have a great night. On this show or whatever we're doing, I press the button, and where it stops,